Hi everyone, I'm Brady Clemens, District Consultant Librarian at SCLO Center Region Library, and my Librarian's Cut review for today is a new biography of America's most famous architect. While Paul Hendrickson's Plagued by Fire, The Dreams and Furies of Frank Lloyd Wright is technically a biography, in many places it's somewhat different than that. Sometimes in the book it's less a biography than an exploration of the man, an investigation of the mysteries of his life, and a meditation on the nature of his work and the qualities of the man himself. The book begins with a tragedy that occurred about midway through the architect's life. A servant at his home went mad and murdered several of Wright's workers, his romantic partner, and her two children. That it was done in the most grotesque fashion imaginable before the whole house was burned down, that Wright himself was still married and not to the woman he lived with there, and that the servant was African American only added to the spectacle and the media hype. Hendrickson takes a hard look at some of the untruths that Wright told about his early life, about his education, his early career, his penchant for exaggeration and self-mythologizing, and generally weighs what evidence he can find carefully. He does often go off on tangents, some of which are quite interesting, but it's not always easy to see how they're important for understanding Wright's life, other than the fact that the author himself found them worth pursuing. Some of the author's insights were intriguing, and I came away from the book with a far better understanding of the man and his work. A genius by most standards, Wright had many self-evident flaws. He admitted that he wasn't a good father. The roofs on many of his projects leaked, to the consternation of the occupants and those who, mostly unsuccessfully, tried to repair them. He was generally self-absorbed and was regarded as a man untouched by the tragedies of his life. In the words and views of many, he was a man who never looked back at what came before. And yet, as Hendrickson tells it in his life, and especially in his later years, he never stopped looking back at all. Plagued by Fire is available in print and as a digital audiobook through the library's website. That's it for today. Take care and keep reading.